Give us a sense as to how different today is when you compare it to yesterday at this time.
Michael, it's a complete difference, obviously, from 24 hours ago. Take a look at Wellington Street here behind me. Virtually empty. This was the main site of the 3 weeks long protest here in downtown Ottawa. This is where the protest camp was based. And now, we've had police cars come through, we've had police presence, but this street is virtually empty. You can see the Parliament buildings, and just going over, there's one police vehicle. So what a contrast to having dozens of big rig trucks here, pickup trucks, protesters out here on the street. It's actually sort of surreal to see it this morning compared to how it would have been this time yesterday when police were advancing down Wellington Street trying to clear it of the protest. As you said, the cleanup has been going on in earnest this morning. We can show you, we saw crews here a few hours ago this morning throwing out garbage, essentially signs that protesters had left behind. So that will be an effort going on throughout the day here. But most of the infrastructure of the protest has been cleared out. Of course, there were those structures where people had been living or using for food over the past 3 weeks. Those are all gone. We'll just show you a little bit over here as well. This intersection, Metcalfe and Wellington here, that's where the main stage was of the protest. If you remember watching over the past 3 weeks where there would be, speeches or DJs, that was this intersection. And now it's empty besides some police vehicles there down the street.
Now, let's pick up with the police operation at this point, Ellen. What is the latest? What are they telling you?
Well, police updated the number of people arrested earlier today, Michael. 191 people arrested. 103 of those people have been charged. Mischief is the main charge, police say. And in terms of how many vehicles have been towed, remember, all of these downtown streets were plugged with big rigs and personal trucks and other vehicles. 57 vehicles have been towed. They will be impounded. The mayor of Ottawa, Jim Watson, has been saying that he thinks those vehicles should actually be sold to help the city of Ottawa cover the costs over the past 3 weeks. And we're also hearing from the Special Investigations Unit today as well. They're a police watchdog, and they will be investigating 2 incidents that happened yesterday. One involved an interaction between a woman and a mounted police officer down the street from where I am, more in that area of the downtown core. That woman reportedly has a serious injury, according to the SIU release that came out. And another incident the SIU will be investigating involves police firing non-lethal weapons at protesters last night. So those are ongoing investigations. In terms of the effort to clear out downtown, we have been on these blocks in the downtown core throughout the day today. We haven't seen any remaining big rig trucks, but police are telling residents on certain downtown streets that if you are parked along the side of the road, there's still an ongoing police trying to clear out streets operation. So they're telling those residents to move their vehicles.
Now, what do we know about the plans in place to essentially prevent protesters from coming back and occupy Parliament Hill?
Well, this area of downtown Ottawa is essentially fortified at the moment. Actually, we can show you that barrier being moved down the street there to help block Wellington Street. There already are several barriers down on Wellington Street and throughout the downtown core. A lot of the main intersections leading towards Wellington and Parliament Hill have been blocked by 10 feet high fencing. And we can actually show you the setup down the street from where we are on Metcalfe Street. We'll just take a little walk. And this is how it's like on most of the streets leading to Wellington. We'll just show you here. You can see those 2 police cruisers on Metcalfe Street, and beyond that, there's that fencing that I mentioned. Now that's double layer fencing, so insurmountable essentially. And if we go down a little further with our videographer Rob here, you can see the police presence that goes on along Metcalfe Street. You can see those flashing lights. And that is how it is on most of these blocks. We have police cruisers, we have fencing, and then down into further away from Parliament Hill, we still see police cruisers stationed at various intersections. And throughout downtown Ottawa, there are still dozens of checkpoints as police try to keep people away. One of our videographers, Paul Smith, earlier today saw some protesters cleared out from Confederation Park, which is not far from the National War Memorial. But other than that, we really haven't seen a lot of protesters on the streets here at all today, Michael. Just small groups here and there, but at least so far, no concentrated presence that we've seen, or no sort of showdown protesters, police line situation, which is what we saw all day yesterday.